Yeah. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. We are here. No notification. No notification. Late notification. Yeah. Happy New Year 2026. Oh man, hopefully you got some great weather where you at. We got some college football games going on today. Please, Georgia, don't let me down. Shout out to Plant Poppy. That's some great coffee. Oh man. Yeah. I actually wasn't gonna do this video as a live. What's going on now? Tell them what's going on. I actually wasn't gonna do this video as a live. I actually was gonna do this video pre-recorded. And I said, do I want to? Because y'all know how I talk. And I tell them you know how I talk. Video shouldn't have been that long. And I realized I was doing a video like I was having a conversation with somebody. And I said, you know what? This need to be done with the Rock Wit Me Nation. It's the first brand new year, right. This is the first live of the new year. Yeah. This is my first live of the new year. It's a Black Panther live, and it's a special request from the Rock Wit Me Nation. I think that's the right way to start the year off. What you think, now? Tell them. Now we got one. I don't necessarily know if that's enough to have some fun, but what I do know is we in here for a good time, not to be confused with a long time. And I'm gonna say some stuff that's gonna fill every Black Panther fan heart with some glee. Yeah. You're gonna like that. You're gonna like that. You're gonna like that. You're gonna like that. Because we got now tell them. Folks gonna have to catch the replay. So T'Challa's standard habit. I want to preface this by saying you should not have any problems with this, whether you be a diehard Black Panther fan or not. If you're not a diehard Batman fan, at the end of the day, you're expecting a battle ring. You're expecting a battle ring. You're looking for the utility belt. You are. Some of us know something about some bat shark repellent. But at the very least, you looking for the bat repel rope. And I just need y'all to know, Bruce been walking up the side of the building since I was in the YMCA as a kid. So it's just certain stuff you expect Batman to have. Right? Spider-Man, you use the web shooters. You know they don't. And you know when he run out of the ones on his wrist, he got them on his belt. You know that. You also know on his Spider-Man utility belt, he got a flashlight. You do. You know that. Certain stuff you didn't come to expect. Okay, well, T'Challa got some standard stuff too. And it ain't his fault that writers aren't consistent with the stuff that he got. It ain't. Folks call me the griot. Some call me the receipt keeper. Either way, that's called for I keep up with stuff. I keep up with stuff. I remember stuff. I retain stuff. I don't let it go. I don't. So when I'm looking at T'Challa, I'm looking at T'Challa no differently than I look at Tony Stark, Bruce Wayne, Spider-Man, Daredevil, Moon Knight. I'm looking for T'Challa to come with some stuff. All right. No differently than any knowledgeable Black Panther fan. Let me make sure I greet people that's pulling up, because like I said, this video was requested, and I do what the Rock Wit Me Nation, by and large, tell me to do. So let me keep up and greet folks and everything. Like I said, happy New Year to y'all. We got Nightellum in here. We got Bishop in here. What's going on? We know his cape turns into a glider. Standard. The standard suit stay right there. The cape is not part of the standard suit. I'm sorry, habit. It ain't. It's not part of it. We see it here and there. We saw it more often when Christopher Priest was doing it. I know we saw it when T'Challa got married, but that's more or less ceremonial garb. We're not going to mention the thrice blessed armor because we know what it does, but the standard suit. So let's take a look at the standard suit. And I appreciate y'all for asking me because that means y'all value my opinion. I appreciate that. The habit, it's a habit. That's what they call it. It's nanotech. It's not cloth. You remember how they said vibranium weave? No, it's made out of vibranium nanotechnology. There's a difference. There's a difference. One was more or less cloth. This is armor composed out of vibranium. Think about it. Them two different things there. So it's summoned via the Komoyo bead. Yeah. We don't really have we can wear this, right? Not flashy and anything like that, but it's the Komoyo bead. And I'm saying that because we've seen that play out more so in comics because we ain't really seen nothing. Never mind. Not going to do that. But it's summoned via the Komoyo beads. It is attuned specifically to his biology / DNA. So it's not going to work with you. It's not going to work with you. You're not him. The Komoyo beads don't belong to you. Thus, they're not going to work for you. There you go. But the Komoyo bead in and of itself, you can call that the habit in and of itself, or you can call that an accessory, depending on what you want to do with that. Being composed of vibranium, you can't cut or puncture it. Let me say that one more time. Being composed of vibranium, you can't cut or puncture it. That means Victor Creed ain't doing nothing. Logan not doing nothing. Cyber not doing nothing. Anybody else you want to say? Morbius not doing nothing. Dracula not doing nothing. Yeah, no. See, you got to be him or her. Say that one more time. You got to be him or her to cut through that vibranium nano armor, and everybody not on that level. Everybody not on that level. Everybody not on that level. You got to be him or her. In essence, you got to be working with some stuff. You got to be working with some stuff. You need to be on Clark's level. You need to be on Adam Brashear's level. Yeah. You need to be on Tech Adams level. That's where you need to be at. If you're not there, you're not cutting it. You're not puncturing it. You're not. I'm sorry. The habit also absorbs kinetic energy. You might want to be careful when you're swinging on it. Now, mind you, he was wearing this habit during JR's run. Say what, Theo? He was wearing this habit during JR's run. Ta-Nehisi Coates went above and beyond to explain how this habit works. Him and Roxanne Gay both. They did. And JR didn't change T'Challa's habit like Dr. Eve Ewing did. No, that was the same habit. Same one. So all them times when he was having somebody draw Steve putting hands on T'Challa, I'm gonna bust my behind. Putting hands on T'Challa how? Steve ain't in Colossus range. Steve ain't in Hulk. It should have been Steve doing this right here. And T'Challa be like, you good? You good? You good? You all right? Because that was the habit he had on. So every time Steve hit T'Challa, Well, I'm not talking about the Buffalo Soldier. I don't know that. Clearly, he was working with some different stuff. But every time Steve hit T'Challa, T'Challa was supposed to be standing there looking at Steve, his habit powering up. And whenever he wanted to go, or Steve's supposed to go flying. That's inconsistent writing. Keep up with these notes. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. I have a tendency to talk, have folks to hit the like button and everything. So y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Grand Madam, what is going on? Anansi the Spider is in the building. Yes. Y'all make sure y'all hit them like buttons and everything. We're gonna keep the party rolling. I just want us to know what we're working with. That's the habit. That's the habit. That's what that is. It's if you know Bruce's cape is bulletproof, it is. And you don't have no problems with that. I don't. I know Tim Drake's cape, when he wears it, it's bulletproof. I don't have no problem with that. I don't have no problem with that at all. So we know that. So projectiles drop to the ground when they interact with T'Challa's habit. The kinetic energy that was forcing those projectiles toward him, they're now robbed. That kinetic energy is now absorbed by his habit. For him to redistribute any way he wants to. Stay right there. He can redistribute the kinetic energy any way he wants to, from projectiles, punches, and or kicks. All you doing is see Sebastian Shaw. Sebastian Shaw, we good? Because Sebastian Shaw. So when you hit him and you can't get him out of there with your one hit quitter, all you're doing is making him stronger. He's already superhuman. He's already superhuman. All you're doing is making it worse. All right. So just so we know that and everything, we come on back around to these notes. T'Challa should have told Steve to go sit down somewhere. I'm just saying, this ain't the same Black Panther. This ain't Azuri. Azuri wasn't wearing a habit composed of nanotechnology. He was wearing a habit composed more or less out of vibranium weave. Once again, these two are not the same. They're not the same. And I'm of the mindset even more McKenzie is going to have a problem with this dude for a whole bunch of reasons. Moving right along. All right. So now that we got that out the way, with absorbing kinetic energy the way that it does, it allows T'Challa to survive falls from great heights, around 50 feet or so, to the point where T'Challa lands on his feet. More often than not. And we shouldn't have no problem believing that. Bruce lands on his feet. Richard Grayson lands on his feet. Daredevil lands on his feet. Peter lands on his feet. Cap, okay, so we got no problem. I just want to make sure we ain't got no problem. We saw Cap jump out of a building, land on his shield, and his knees hit the ground. And he was perfectly fine. My dog got up, dusted himself off. Ain't nobody questioned nothing. And he just had the shield. He got the whole suit. I see Uncle Taki's in the building. Happy New Year, Uncle Taki. What is going on? What is going on? Moving right along. Teleportation. Shout out to Jonathan Hickman. Felt like I had to throw my glasses. Teleportation. Yeah. Now, here's the damnedest thing. The range in which he can teleport is not known. It's not known. But here's what I will tell you, is that this is the same dude who created shadow physics. Shadow physics allows him to find vibranium anywhere and everywhere. It also allows him to teleport. wherever that vibranium is, think about this for a second. His habit is composed of vibranium nanotechnology. He's got a teleportation system in it. That makes me feel like he can be anywhere, any when he wants to. Still, what you mean? Did I just say, okay, well, he can teleport. You don't know where he got vibranium at. You don't know where vibranium is stored at across the world. That's how they've been running Wakanda for a whole. Did we not? The video where I said they could have 50 of them ships hovering over the United. That's one per state. That's one per state. And each one can take out 2 cities easily. Okay, pause for a second. He can be anywhere he want to. Anywhere. That's the teleportation aspect of it. Remember when I said the suit turned invisible? Rendering him invisible by bending light around it. This is the suit. This is the habit. And we don't need to be acting like that, because over there in the absolute universe, there is a dude literally wearing an axe on his chest. So it ain't nobody saying nothing except ooh and ah. Let me get on back to these notes. Uncle Taki says Happy New Year. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. This is how we pay bills. This is how we full time. You see what we getting 4 times. So yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button. If you, I'm like Jodeci. I'm begging. Yeah, I know it might be beneath me, but closed mouths don't get fed. I ain't saying. I'm just saying. What else we got here? The teleportation. Y'all know my favorite right here. The anti-metal claws. His claws are tipped with anti-metal. That's Antarctic vibranium. That's what that is. They are exposed at his discretion, no differently than Wolverine popping his claws. You know, Wolverine, everybody snick. You get that? Okay, ain't no differently than him. Like, instead of him doing this, he do that. Instead of him doing this, instead of Wolverine, Wolverine could be like this right here, right? But when he do this, you're in trouble. Well, as long as T'Challa is like this, you good. As soon as he do that, there's a problem. There is a problem. And since anti-metal breaks down all known metals in its proximity, it breaks down all known metals in its proximity. I'm going to help y'all out. So there's a story out there involving the She-Hulk, Spider-Man. There were crates of anti-metal in New York. Right. And somehow one of the crates broke. And this caused the anti-metal to be exposed in New York. And it started causing the structures. Stay with me. It started causing the building structures. The anti-metal was in a warehouse. Only one of the crates was broken. Only one. It started causing the structures in the buildings of New York to break down. Because the building structures were in the proximity of the anti-metal that was in a warehouse in New York. All right. Safe to say them buildings weren't right next door. Okay, so if you and him are in a room about the size of my office, 10 calls, 10, and he do this, he ain't even got to say what's getting ready to happen. He ain't got to make no announcement. He ain't got to say nothing. You don't feel right, and folks don't write that story right. Whenever that dude unsheathed his claws, if you ain't been inoculated against that, you don't feel right, because you got iron in your blood. That's the iron in your blood. I ain't even talk about whatever you got on your body that's made out of metal. I ain't say nothing about the gold in your mouth. I ain't say. Tony Stark should never run up on him. You don't need to run up on him. That's it. The damnedest thing is that's standard in all his habits, whether they nanotechnology or not. That's standard. Them anti-metal claws, that's standard. Them anti-metal claws are with him no differently than Bruce's utility belt is with him. They don't go nowhere. They don't. Namor McKenzie ain't doing nothing with T'Challa on that alone. Stay with me. You not effing with him. Just right there. Because you don't have a countermeasure. Not for that. Marvel ain't wrote it. Marvel ain't created it. I got Mysterium. I got Vibranium. I got Adamantium. I got variations of Vibranium. I got I got variations of Vibranium and variations of Adamantium. That anti-metal, you're not doing nothing with that. I don't even know what the radius is. They ain't wrote the radius. But what I will tell you, there's a story out there once again where there was a few crates of it in a warehouse, and one of the crates broke open. One of the crates broke open, and the structures in the buildings in New York started to weaken. This dude got this in his habit. I'm of the mindset that's the most dangerous aspect of the habit in and of itself. King of the Sigmas, what's going on? That's how I feel about it. Give me 1 second. My bad. Had to do something about this heat. All right, moving right along. What else do we have? Like I said, those anti-metal claws, that's standard. That's standard. All right. We mentioned the disguise and invisibility. That's one of the features of the habit itself. Allows him to become invisible and or change the appearance of his clothing. Yeah, that's what that is. Silence. Vibranium nanotechnology. You don't hear him. If you and T'Challa walking side by side, the only set of footsteps you hear are yours. You don't hear. As a matter of fact, if you and T'Challa are sitting in a room, if he don't say nothing and you don't see him, you're not necessarily subject to know he there. If you and him in a room, the only person you hear breathing is you. He's sitting right there. You see his chest going in and out. You don't hear nothing.
Security package.
Huh?
Security data.
Okay. You don't hear nothing. That was my daughter. You don't hear nothing. So the dude. So you mean tell me the dude, his suit allows him to turn invisible and not be heard? That's cheating. Wait, and he's superhuman? That's cheating. Oh, my bad. one of the other features that his suit affords him, we don't talk about it, but it is what it is. How strong is Tony Stark outside his armor? Does Tony's suit of armor enhance his physical abilities? There's some great coffee. Yeah, they do. His suit of armor enhances his physical ability. And Tony, just like me, Tony just human, flesh and blood, a man. Shout out to the Human League. T'Challa's superhuman though. Yeah, T'Challa's superhuman. And his nanotechnology does for him what Tony's suit of armor does for him. Stop running up on this dude. Stop running up on this dude. Stop. So you gonna take that L if he ain't wearing it. What you finna take if he got it on? Yeah, it's in essence, he's strong without it, stronger with it on. Yeah. He can see in damn near every spectrum of light. That suit guarantees he sees in every spectrum of light. You're not hiding. You're not hiding. And it's self-contained. It's a standard suit. Don't do that. You done seen Bruce reach into his utility belt and pull out a rebreather. You seen Richard do the same daggum thing. You have, okay, with T'Challa suit, nanotechnology, it's insulated. So you can throw out all the smoke grenades and all the fear grenades and all this stuff that got folks coughing, Buddy finna walk straight through it and look at you like that's it. Yeah. Don't be playing no light show and everything like that, thinking you finna disorient him with lights flashing all over the place. No. His suit is insulated. Sorry, habit. His habit is insulated. That's not gonna work with him. That's not gonna work with him. It's not gonna work with him. It's not gonna work with him. In essence, you're not going to be able to override his 5 senses because that suit is insulated. Now he ain't got that suit on. But suit on, you fixing to take an L. And if you can believe, Tony Stark, when he put on his suit of armor, is lifting up cars and everything like that. Well, T'Challa has on a suit of nanotechnology, and he's way stronger than Tony without the armor. So, yeah, we got that right there. Coming back to these notes. I'm trying to be mindful. I appreciate y'all rocking with a brother. Make sure y'all hit that like button if you have. If you have not, like I said, they say talking is the superpower. Have a tendency to get folks off their game plan. All right. Vibranium energy daggers. Y'all know daggum good and well. I was gonna leave. No, y'all not leaving them out. Now here's the question. Where are the energy daggers coming from? One or two places. The suit is either generating those energy daggers whenever he wants them, and that is his main weapon of choice from long distance. The energy daggers, and he can control the volatility. Yeah, the intensity of them. He got control over that. But is it science or is it mysticism? Is it mysticism? Or is it science? Because the vibranium daggers just appear no differently than the spear of Bashinga, which he can summon whenever he wants to. I'm going to say that one more time. He can summon the spear of Bashinga whenever he wants to. Yeah. Shout out to Ta-Nehisi Coates. No differently than he can summon those energy daggers. Matter of fact, that's how he got Eric up out of here, who had the symbiote on him. He used Bashinga's spear, the spear of Bashinga. He summoned it. Game over. So that spear that he summoned deleted a superhuman that was bonded with a symbiote. That said, the habit isn't T'Challa. T'Challa is very much the habit. One, it ain't gonna work for you. That's what that is. You're not gonna be able to do in it what he does. Matter of fact, because you're not spiritually tied to Bast, you wind up exposing those anti-metal claws. You finna take a dirt nap yourself. Oh. That said, when you look at his habit, T'Challa really is OP. But he is the most dangerous man alive for a reason. That's exactly what that is. And honestly, when you take a look at his suit, his habit, his armor, by and large, it's all defensive in nature. By and large, he does not use weaponry in an offensive manner in which Tony Stark does. And I'm of the mindset that's probably for the best. Because if he did, who would stop him? So this video, shout out to the Rock Wit Me Nation. My brother Daryl asked for it. I think S-Jadix asked for it. Quite a few folks asked for it after I did the gadgets and everything like that. So I was like, okay, I can do it. Now I did go to Chat GPT and it told me some stuff and everything, but there's nothing that compares with experience. And when you read these comics, you can quote these stories. I could have did this video pre-recorded. I would have put pictures in here and everything like that. But if I'm talking to comic book fans, no picture that I ever put in this video will replace the picture that you have in your mind. And that picture that you have in your mind of your favorite superheroes doing stuff cannot be compared to. So I felt like this was a better format. Wanted to get this out here. Let me see here. I'm gonna go to the comment section. Let me see if I've missed anything. Come on, your king, my president of the Black Panther fan group. What is up? What's going on? Yeah. So when we take a look at T'Challa going forward, there should just be expectations. We should expect to see him teleport. That's fair. We should expect to see him turn invisible. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. We should expect to see vibranium, the kinetic energy, being redistributed, whether he's in a physical fight, hand-to-hand combat with somebody else, or whether he's getting into it with technology-based attacks. We should see that. We should see stuff like that. We should see him fall from great heights with ease and land on his feet, and people go, ooh, ah, like, you should see those feats. I really need to see his anti-metal claws being used in the manner in which they're supposed to. We don't see it. I understand what we want to do trying to make other characters dangerous, but if we're going to make characters dangerous, then let's make characters dangerous. You can have Logan run up on T'Challa, but Logan's healing factor should be working overtime because of the anti-metal. Same thing with Victor Creed. You got to stop having regular folks run up on T'Challa because he knows he's got choices on the table. If a person cannot overpower his habit, i.e. hit him so much, so often that it overloads the habit itself, nothing's going to happen. And what level do you have to be on to overload his habit? It's not Steve Rogers. It's not. I like Steve. Steve can be the symbol of America. But if I can believe there are certain things that you're not going to be able to do with Steve, and he got that shield, then there are certain things you're not going to be able to do with T'Challa, and he got those anti-metal claws. It's going to be a problem. He's a whole problem. Even with Cap's shield, stay right there. Anti-metal breaks down all known metals. All. Steve should have so many problems running up on T'Challa, it ain't even funny. Like, that should be, I'm not running up on him. I'm not doing that. Why? I can't beat him in a hand-to-hand combat. I can't. I got the super soldier serum inside of me, but that ain't Logan's healing factor. And if this dude exposes his anti-metal, you literally got to cut this dude's hands off. That's what you got to do. Because other than that, as soon as he do this, it's a problem. And that ain't been written right yet. We know he got anti-metal claws, and we know it break down all known metals, but ain't nobody wrote that yet. That's a problem. That's a problem. Let me keep up with these notes. I see Anansi the Spider has pulled up in here. Ronnie J, what's going on? Happy New Year to everybody. Yeah, we in here. So, that's T'Challa standard habit. I don't know what you want me to say with that. He ain't got to have all that other stuff. He don't. That what he got right there is a big problem. You got anti-metal claws. Your suit renders you either invisible or changes to look like regular clothing, anything you want it to look like at the drop of a dime. Nobody can hear you. The suit is insulated. Somebody literally has to be within the 5-ton, 10-ton spectrum to even overload your habit with kinetic energy and or puncture or cut it. The habit makes you stronger than you normally are without it, and you're a damn superhuman already. Imagine Peter Parker walking around with a suit that enhanced his abilities. Oh, I'm sorry. We got that already. It was the symbiote. It was the symbiote. Same thing. Except this one over here, as opposed to being an alien, it's made out of alien metal, which we still don't know where that came from. But let me keep over these notes and get on up out of here. Just want to do that video. I just want to do this video. I'm a Black Panther fan. You're a Black Panther fan. Y'all asked for it. I believe in giving us what we want. Let me see. Quick question. Is there any reason why T'Challa suit is called the Habit? I don't know, but I will look at it. All right, so here's the official answer. Oh, Google. Hey, I don't know everything. Black Panther suit is called a habit because it's considered a ceremonial attire or a uniform for his specific role and rank as the protector of Wakanda. Folks forget that. Not saying we did or you did, but he's the high chief. Like that's a whole tribe. That dude is the high chief. And we've seen high chiefs before. We just don't look at him like that. Well, that's what he is. So Black Panther suit is called a habit because it's considered ceremonial attire or a uniform for his specific role and rank as the protector of Wakanda. Similar to clerical habits, or royal robes, signifying his duty and lineage, not just a costume, but a functional, ancestral garment passed down through generations. If we remember the first Black Panther movie, T'Chaka's suit habit was similar to T'Challa's, except he had gold where T'Challa had silver. It's a term used in comics and the MCU to emphasize its traditional and official nature as part of the Black Panther mantle. Okay, I'm good with that. Key reasons for the term habit: ceremonial regalia. The suit is part of the coronation and ritual for the leader of the Panther clan, marking them as Wakanda's guardian. Symbol of duty. Like a religious habit, is the distinctive clothing of someone dedicated to a specific calling or function, in this case, protecting Wakanda. Generational mantle. The habit is passed down, connecting the wearer to all previous Black Panthers, making it more than just a suit, but a legacy. Functional and mythic. The vibranium weave suit, vibranium technology suit, is technologically advanced, absorbing kinetic energy, but the name habit grounds it in Wakandan tradition. So while it looks like a high-tech suit, habit highlights its deep cultural and ceremonial significance as the official uniform of the Black Panther. To everybody that keeps using the terminology Christopher Priest used to refer to T'Challa's habit, Black Panther fan find that offensive. We will no longer refer to Black Panther costume as the kitty cat costume or the cat costume. You saying that is you trying me like you would be insulting the Georgia Bulldogs, or like you would be saying something to, you would be insulting the Alabama Crimson Tide or Nick Saban to an Alabama fan. So we're not going to be doing that no more. It's a costume, because I don't think we refer to Batman's costume as a bat looking. We're not doing it. We're not doing that. That said, Bruce also got quite a few stories out there where somebody tried to make fun of his costume and got they right. We don't do that. We ain't got enough of that with T'Challa. We don't. And I ain't ever seen Bruce Wayne dressed up as T'Challa and one of his Robins dressed up as Casper Cole. I'm looking dead at you, CP. Dead at you. Because you want to write Batman so damn bad. When you get over there to write Batman, I'm of the mindset you already written Batman. But did you ever put him in a Black Panther suit? Did you ever write Richard Grayson as Hunter? Put him in the White Wolf costume? How about the Casper Cole costume? You ever do that over there? I'm just asking questions because you want to. I'm proud of me, and I'm good with me. I don't see me in somebody else. I see me in me. So I don't see me as Bruce. I like Bruce, but I'm good with my cultural heritage. I'm good with my ancestral lineage. See, it's folks like you. You never stop to think about the damage you're gonna do, or maybe you do and don't care. Yeah, it's that type of year where we can still speak truth. It's your fault because folks think you speaking for us. Folks laud you as one of the greatest to do it with that particular character. Well, it's you that's got them running around with that coming out their mouth. But you don't care. Can't be bothered. Anyway. Moon Knight's costume is a habit, as well as the Iron Fist. If you are the avatar of a god or religion, your outfit is a habit. See, I knew Griot and the Rock Wit Me Nation would come through with now. Hey, that's what we do. That Greece created the red line to mock T'Challa. Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, that's what we got. And if you don't know about the red line, research that. If you would like for me to do a dedicated video on that, I could. No shame in that. I can if you want me to. Just let me know. Like I said, this has been fun. Let me hold on. Now tell him just drop another note. I'm gonna go with don't care. He don't care. Yeah. And you know what? First day, January 1st, 2026. I want us to practice being more discerning as people going forward. And what do I mean with that? I need us to be loud. I need us to be boisterous. Being proud in being African American, African ancestry. Being proud in that. And what I mean when I say being proud in that, to me, there are too many of us up there that's ashamed of it. And while we don't come out and outright say it, it permeates our writings, it permeates our shows, and we see it. If I can give somebody a compliment for doing something well, I can construct the criticism because anybody can tell you you're wrong, but be able to tell you where you went wrong and how to correct course, that means you care. And folks lock out of that. They don't hear that. All they hear is what you said that was bad. I don't want to take away from the fact that Christopher Priest has done some amazing stuff for T'Challa, because that would be me lying. He has. But if I'm being fair, the insistence that there has to be somebody else in the story, relatable to somebody else to make it work, I question that. I question that. The not having it within him to say, because I'm thinking, if you give me a character, I don't care who that character is, I'm gonna make it do what it's gonna do. I'm definitely never going to insult a character that looks like me, whether it's an A-list character, a B-list character, or a C-list character. If you give me that character to write, that character looks like me, I owe it to me to elevate that character. I should see me in that character. The way Christopher Priest talks, he never saw himself in T'Challa. And that's problematic way too much in this country, because the Italian American born will see himself in the Italian from Italy. We have way too many of us in America that do not see ourselves inside the African in Africa. How? Where do you come from? That means you bit the fruit that says your history starts here at the ports. And miss me with this whole, I was already in America before it started, because you ain't speaking none of the native tongues from the tribes that are still here in America. So even that in and of itself is a lie. We're going to speak truth. We're going to be more discerning. Another quick question for fun. Which habit would you prefer? I'm a sucker for history. That's crazy, because you would have never thought that in high school. I'm a sucker for history, but and when I say it, just it's the Ta-Nehisi Coates is it. And the reason why I'm saying the Ta-Nehisi Coates version is because if you're not paying attention, it don't look any different than the ones that came previously. It don't look like a high-tech suit till you F around and find out. That's what I like about it. It looks one piece. If we look at the Black Panther action figures that we got based on the Ta-Nehisi Coates run, you don't see no gloves. You don't see no boots. That's when the nanotechnology hit. It's one piece. But run up on it if you want to. That's the one that's got him summoning the spirit Bashinga. That's the one that's got him throwing energy daggers all over the place. That's the one got him doing the whole kinetic absorption redistribution. But you don't know it. It don't look intimidating at all. You thinking you got it. Okay. Run up on it if you want to, and you're gonna literally get your feelings hurt. Now, Is that the same habit that Dr. Eve Ewing put in me? It's a great question. Is it the same habit we saw Jonathan Hickman had him in? Because Cheryl Lynn Eaton had him in the same habit that Dr. Eve Ewing did. Okay, well, Dr. Eve Ewing and Cheryl Lynn Eaton, Jed McKay had him with the pauldron. Does he need the pauldron if the suit is still kinetic energy based, vibranium based? Does he need the pauldron? It's nice, but does he need it? And if he's not wearing it in the Imperial and the Intergalactic, is it because the suit he's wearing now is more along the lines of what Ta-Nehisi Coates had him in? We did see him teleport. We did see him teleport. But what we also see him doing, which to me is more of an appearance than anything else, if he's got, and he does, if he can summon the spirit Bashinga whenever he wants to, and he can summon energy daggers whenever he wants to, honestly, the only thing he would need to carry with him would be Skybreaker. But would he? Would he carry Skybreaker in the battle? Like, I'm not talking about defending Wakanda. I'm talking about I'm with the Avengers, I'm off on a solo mission. Would he have Skybreaker with him, or would it be in Wakanda? Because when we look at Imperial and when we look at Dr. Eve Ewing's version, he had man-made weapons, physical weapons, that while they look good on him, does he need them? That's all I'm asking. Does he need them? And if he don't need them, they should. I know we might want them for accessories. We should get them for accessories because we got Black Panther action figures. But if we can get Thor's hammer, Mjolnir, then Hasbro Marvel Legends should be able to include the Spear of Bashinga and Skybreaker with a Black Panther action figure. And it shouldn't even be up for debate. You should be able to have those two things there. But yeah. So I would prefer the Ta-Nehisi Coates version. That's the one that, because it don't look like it, but you don't want to run up on it. So that said, if we don't have any more questions, I want to once again wish y'all a happy new year. Enjoy the slate of college football games that we got going on. I'm gonna be coming back with some more. Let me see here. Question: did Storm ever bring Stormbreaker back? Wakanda and T'Challa? Yeah, she brought it back. You don't really talk about it because we rather talk about her having vibranium armor. Never mind. Folks be wanting to look over stuff. It's like, so you really think, first of all, if she was given the suit of vibranium before she stole Skybreaker, there would have been no reason for her to steal Skybreaker because she would have understood that she could get anything, everything from Wakanda. All she needed to do was ask T'Challa. But if she stole Skybreaker, do we really think Wakanda would allow her to keep any damn thing else if they gave it to her? No, because she's shown she don't appreciate nothing. The UN run suit was low-tech practical armor, no bells and whistles beyond the vibranium weave, which makes sense because he was exiled from Wakanda. Makes sense. Makes all the sense in the world. The question I would then ask, which kind of makes sense, this was what he had when he was with the Avengers. So, which is why I asked why we didn't get this as the 60th anniversary store. So I'm of the mindset, appreciate Kamoyo, president of Black Panther fan group. He's probably now operating with all of his tech since being back as the king of Wakanda. Kamoyo says, I think T'Challa prefers his basic suit, whipping out upgraded as needed, like Bruce does. Yeah, I'm of the mindset he does. It's his suit, the standard suit, come with a whole lot of stuff. I'm gonna ask this question again. Book come out in February. I see we got 12 people watching. You don't have to say nothing if you don't want to, but I'm gonna ask the question to those that will say something. It's a book coming out, 60th anniversary special. Which version of this comic would you prefer? Would you prefer the version of the comic with 4 short stories in it that are all flashbacks? One story, Casper Cole is looking for T'Challa in Wakanda. Can't find him. Second story is Casper Cole asking Aurora if she can see T'Challa. Third story is T'Challa and Adam Brashear, a past story, kicking the bobo, where Adam Brashear is recounting a past exploit adventure with T'Challa. And the fourth story is when Magneto was over Genosha in Africa. I did not, because nobody made that a big damn deal. Ain't like I seen a whole bunch of black mutants in Genosha. As a matter of fact, what part of Africa were they in? Because if I look at Genosha and the story, I remember a whole bunch of Genoshans being deleted. Very few look like me. And this was in Africa. And I understand there's more than just me in Africa. I get that. I understand that. But it's a whole bunch of me in Africa. And I don't remember nothing African centric about Genosha catching hell to the point where Eric and T'Challa got to chop it up. Did I mention this was Christopher Priest's story? Or would you prefer a stopgap story? It still would have been a flashback, but would you have preferred a story telling you how T'Challa took the throne back in Wakanda? Who do I want to see more? And this is crazy. In a Black Panther story, Eric Lenshear or Prime Minister Folasade? Who do I want to see more in a Black Panther story? Is it Adam Brashear or is it Hunter? Who do I want to see in a Black Panther story? Is it Aurora or is it T'Challa? Who do I want to see in a Black Panther story? Casper Cole again, and they're not even going to give him his damn alias? Or T'Challa and Casper Cole going out on an adventure where he gets his full damn superhero alias, Cold Tiger, and we start to see a relationship. Oh, you know what? Let me get this story right here. Let me get T'Challa, Hunter, and Casper going to the Djalia or going to the spirit realm to bring Eric back. And the four of them go looking for Claw and Kingpin. Cause low-key, Hunter and Casper got ties to Eric. In Jadaka. They got ties to him. So a story with all four men, hell, give me a story with all five. Throw Shorty in there too. But Casper and Hunter got ties to Eric. And as somebody said, It ain't like Eric and T'Challa can't have civil conversation with each other. Nobody's just ever dealt with the misplaced anger that Eric is suffering from. Let me see here. That anger could have filled in all the gaps. Could have. It could have, Kamoyo. I think, let me see here. The intergalactic suit has tech through hints to shadow physics. A hero like T'Challa would love to test the edge of what he can do beyond relying on tech like Tony does, which is why I think his tech is more defensive based than offensive based. Let me see here. Anansi says, I prefer a story showing how T'Challa took the throne back. You and me both. You and me both. Let me see. I prefer any story with T'Challa actually in it and not being talked about. You and me both. You and me both. I said it last night. Give me the story where T'Challa takes the throne back, and the only thing is I would add his family to help him take it back. We could have got Shorty as the grill. We could have got Hunter as the White Tiger. Like, this could have been an all hands on deck mission. We could have got the Queen Mother Ramunda. Yeah. We could have got Casper. We could have got Cantu from the Mute Zone. Not to be confused with the dude, Cantu, as a little kid that ran Eric behind over. He's 6'6", 225. That was easy. Little boy just ran through it. It was so much meat on the bone. So much meat on the bone. Like, I don't even know how we did this. Is why you gave us Hunter and you gave us Casper Cole. Do you realize, dude, you could have wrote this whole damn annual yourself. You didn't need no help. You could have brought in Sister Divine Justice. You could have. You used it in the damn story when you was writing Marvel Knights. Sister Divine, you could have brought back Vibraxis. Oh my God, you could have brought back Sister Divine Justice. What was it? Lady Nightshade. This was on you. You don't make folks feel like folks picking at you when they saying they want the characters you created. You can't say folks don't appreciate you. No, folks would have preferred them damn characters coming together to help that damn throne get taken back. Then it's see how we say that? Now that's a compliment. You see how I just gave him a compliment? It's a compliment. But what will we hear? What's he prone to hear from all this? Oh, he don't like me. What are Christopher Priest fans prone to take from this? Oh man, he was out there killing Christopher Priest. I ain't say nothing positive. I ain't say nothing positive at all, huh? I want a complete story about T'Challa learning a hard lesson in life, going walkabout, meeting different people, and making a difference in their lives. I do too. It's crazy because I'm apologizing right now in my desire to get as much Black Panther knowledge out there as possible. I have been shirking on my responsibilities as a storyteller. And one of the reasons why I want to go ahead and do this today is because I need to get my photos back out there in regard to Blood Hunt. So that we can get these stories, because God knows I ain't getting them. Then I want to see T'Challa as president. Ooh. Okay, I like that. There's a lot of stuff that we can do. Fan fiction is fine. And when I say that, Grand Madam, I'm saying I like all that. And when you say stuff like that, I'm looking at Wakandan flags flying. I'm looking at embassies. I'm looking at buildings and structures and everything. And I'm thinking to myself, oh Lord, I ain't gonna get that from nobody else. Theo, you got to get busy. Yeah, I do. Anyway. We want that story. I don't see too many people lining up to tell it, Grand Madam. I got two. I got me and Daryl. I got let's say I got me and Daryl. I don't see nobody else. I don't see no editors, whether they be editors in chiefs, writers, editors. I don't see nobody else chomping at the bit that want to tell them stories. So we gonna get them. We gonna get them right here. So I got to get back busy. That said, thank y'all so much for pulling up. I really did appreciate this. This was entertaining. I like talking about stuff like this. I think y'all like hearing about stuff like that. If you have any more ideas, videos that you would like for me to do in regards to Black Panther, and when we say Black Panther, just Wakanda. Any other questions, videos you would like me to do regarding Black Panther related characters, let me know. And I'll be more than happy to jump in, dive in, do what I'm supposed to do, and bring it back so we can have it. That said, I'm out. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe. We want to have more moments like this in 2026. More. So be safe right there. That said, we out. Till next time. In the meantime, in between time, in memory of the late, great Don Cornelius. Y'all don't hear Soul Train? Y'all don't hear him saying that when I say that? That don't take you back to a different time when we was peaceful and we had the fist up like. That's why I be saying. Y'all don't go back to that when we was, dancing and everything, wigging and everything. Brothers and sisters was like. Y'all don't go back to that. I'm telling you, that's why I be saying. In memory of the late great Chadwick Boseman, the man who reconciled his African American side with his African side. That's why I mention his name, because it's way too many of us act like we can't do that. Also, hopefully his name would trigger you to make sure you go stay up with your doctor and stay with your health. That's why I mention his name. Remember the late great Don Cornelius and Chadwick Boseman. Until next time, I wish each and every last one of you love, peace, and soul. We out.